Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Grace Hollow Rabbitry. I'm PJ here in Northwest Arkansas. I have a ARBA registered rabbitry, and I raise New Zealand rabbits in black, blue, broken, and I also recently started raising silver fox in black and blue. And I think those would be interesting, and some broken also. But I don't know if there is a broken silver fox, but I think those would be interesting. So maybe one of these days I'll give it a whirl. Anyway, we have 9 New Zealand does bred and ready to have babies. They are both, they're all due today. Now I've already been out to do my morning checks. Got everybody checked on and watered and everything. And I do see a whole lot of fur. But I didn't look into the boxes because I wanted to make sure I brought you along with me. So let's go take a look and see if we have any Wigglies today. Alright, the first doe we have due is Shawnee. And there's no babies in her box, no fur. And then we have the queen, and she has fur pulled. Now just looking in the box, I don't see any Wigglies. So I don't know if she's not had them yet, or if they're just hiding out. So let's take a look. No, there's only fur. No Wigglies just yet. So I bet she'll have her little babies pretty soon. Okay, Witter's also due today. And I see no babies in hers. But boy, look at her belly. Doesn't she look miserable, the big old belly? Poor girl. And then we have Flippin', and no babies or fur pulled there. And next to Flippin' is her mama Zion. And so far Zion don't have any babies either. So let's go to the other side. I know the other side there was a lot of fur. So let's check over there. Alright, so the first blue doe we have is BB. She is due. I think this might be BB's last chance. She's been bred 4 times. Twice she has skipped, and twice she has had her litter on the wire. So this is her 5th attempt. So if she doesn't raise a litter this time, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with her. And it's really sad. She's a really nice doe. She is registered, and I think she might be my biggest blue doe, so that would make me sad, but hopefully she'll raise a litter this time. Okay, and then we have Blue Eye, and I definitely see movement, and I also see some blood in hers, so I'm gonna have to clean the blood out. And let's see, I definitely see some Wigglies in there. Boy, she bled quite a bit. She's got a big old mess in here. Let's try to clean that out for her. Alright. Alright, let's dig in here. Oh, here's a little more. Alright. Got it all cleaned up. Let's see what we got in here. We got some blue. Oh, look. I think we have whites. Let's see who. I believe I accidentally bred her to Y, her brother. So the good thing about breeding brother to sister is any of your recessive genes or your hidden characteristics in that line, when you breed brother and sister, you're going to find those. Now, we already know Y carries the agouti gene because he's produced stills in the past. So has Rocky. Well, the stills, when you come up with the agoutis, they derive from a white. Most of the time they derive from a white background. So you have to have, if I remember correctly, both parents have to carry the albino gene in order to get the white. And if only one parent carries the albino gene, the albino acts like a blanket. It covers up the agouti, or whatever the true color genetic is. The albino covers that up. So to show albino, you have to have both parents that carry it. Now, to get agouti, only one parent has to carry the albino gene, or truly the agouti gene. And so when you get two that has the white gene, or the albino gene for New Zealand's, you get white. And that is what has happened, is now we know that Blue Eye does carry the agouti gene, and it is currently masked right here as a white, or an albino. So we have 1, 2, 3. Now in her last litter, as far as we know, we got several whites. We have 4 whites right there, and the rest of these are blue. Now we assume they're blue right now. They can turn agouti on me when the fur comes in, so we could end up with some more opals or blue stills. So we got 4 white. There's 1. She's got a big litter. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Holy cow. We have 10 blues. Okay, so is this not crazy? She has a litter of 14. We have 10 blue and 4 white. Holy smokes. There's no way she's going to raise these. I'm going to leave them here for now until we find out what the other does have. In the end, I will end up culling some of these, or better yet, I hope to foster some of these off elsewhere. 14 babies, there's no way she's going to raise 14 babies and all of them have good growth rates. And there's only 8 place settings at the dinner table. Can you imagine setting 8 plates at your dinner table and having 14 guests come in hungry? This is exactly what has happened here with Blue Eye. 10 blue and 4 white here for Blue Eye. And why? Is that not amazing? I do believe this is probably the largest litter I've had out of New Zealand's. Now I've had 12, and I think one time one of my broken reds, I think, had 13 a couple years ago. And I think maybe a white doe had 12 or 13. But it's been a long time. But here we go. Blue Eye has 14 kits. We're going to see what these other moms do. If we have any small litters, we're going to foster some off. And if we don't, I'm going to have to take it upon myself and do the right thing and call a couple of these so that everyone has a chance to go to the dinner table. We have Cass, and boy, she's pulled a lot of fur. I don't see any Wigglies. the fur's not moving. So either she's not had them yet, or they're just being very, very still right now. Okay, let's take a look in here. Now Cass did great with her last litter. Oh, there are, oh, I think one. Oh, no, maybe two. Right, there's one big blue one. And then there's two blue. That one is a little small. Okay, so I only see two here. I'm going to wait till this evening. And now she's already cleaned up. So I don't expect her to have any more because there's no trace of blood in this box. So she's cleaned up really nicely. And the Cass usually has a good sized litter. I'm really surprised there's only two. But, you know, today that might be a good thing. If she only has two, you know, I can foster at least the 4 whites over to this girl. I would hate to give her any of the blues because we'll get her blues mixed up with blue eyes. But I can at least put the 4 whites. That'll give her 6. And that'll give Blue Eye her 10 blues to raise, which is a lot more reasonable than 14. We may do that and just take a chance on her being able to raise 10. Now, last time Blue Eye didn't do well at raising her litter. She had 8, and she let them starve, which it was her first litter, you know. Being a first-time mom, she didn't do horrible. She didn't have them on the wire. She didn't eat them. But it took her a few days to figure out she was supposed to feed them. And by the time she figured it out, we had already lost 5 of them. And so the remaining 3 she did raise, and she raised them very well after she got it figured out. So, you know, I'm going to let her, I may just let her try to raise those 10. And assuming Cass doesn't have any more, I'm going to put the 4 whites over here with Cass. You know, these 2 ladies are pairing up really nicely. Last round, Blue Eye raised Cass's little opal buck, Lucky, which, by the way, in case any of you guys were wondering, I can't remember if I mentioned in the last video or not. I had meant to do a special video featuring Lucky only, and I just didn't get it done. So, but in case you're wondering, Cass's little opal buck, one of the viewers contacted me and offered to give the little opal buck a home, and they have decided to name him Lucky. And so there's 3 little girls, and they just really love him. You know, they've stayed in contact. He's settling in nicely, and the girls are paying him a lot of attention. And so Lucky has found him a happy forever home and a happy ending for the little opal buck. So there's an update on the little opal buck, Lucky. Remember who he is. The new owners is someone I talk to fairly frequently. And so I'm sure we will hear updates on Opal. And as I get those updates, I'll be sure to pass them along to you, because I know there was a lot of you that really thought that little opal buck was. And then here's Nelly, and I can see some bloody patches in her box, so I'm pretty sure she's had hers. Now Nelly was the one I put. If you're on my fan page, which I hope you are, I gave pictures of her yesterday. She was building a nest. She was stashing hay. She was pulling fur. So I was pretty sure she was going to have her babies. I imagine she probably had them late last night, but since I didn't come back to check, we're going to say she had them this morning. And I'm going to clean out this little bloody patch here. She don't need to keep that in there. Alright. Let's see how Nelly did. Now Nelly's getting on up in age. Oh, we got some broken blues in here. I'm not sure. I think I bred her to Greasy, and so that seems about right. I think I bred her to Breezy. So we have broken to broken, and we should have all blues. Now Nelly does have a history of producing whites, so there is that potential if Greasy carries any white breed to her. We're going to find out whether he does or not. But we should have blue and broken blue in this litter. And let's take a look and find out. So let's see. Oh, here's a little chunker. Look at that little blue. Is that blue or is, yeah, that's a dark blue. I'm not sure. It's not black. It's really, really dark. Okay. Oh, here's another very dark one, blue. If I did, in fact, breed her to Greasy, like I think, he's broken blue, she's broken blue. I think these have to be blue. I think if both parents show blue, I think that's what they produce. And then here's a third one. It looks like a lighter blue. Washita! You silly girl. Yeah. Alright, so we got 3 blues here. Now, Nelly, I think every litter so far she's produced 7. And just at a glance, that might be what I see in here now, is a 7 again. Then here's a broken blue, lightly patterned, full nose mark. Oh, we can have a chance at Charlie's. Speaking of Charlie, this one right here just might be slightly marked. It is a broken blue. Little Wiggler, come here. Wiggly. I think there might be a small nose marking on both sides of the nose. It's a very little bit. Both eyes are colored. Looks like we have color on the ears. But I think that might be a Charlie. No, did I get confused? No, okay. We got the, okay, whoa, I think she might have 8 this time. Perfect litter. There's another broken, oh, I think that's broken black. Okay. And full nose. I wonder if I bred her to Cash then. I bred her to another broken. So it could be Cash, Greasy, or maybe even Bentley. I'll look it up and write it down below. And another broken, I think that one might be broken blue, and it has a nose marking, full nose marking. Here's a little one. I think this one's a Peanut. I bet this one's not going to make it. It's real tiny. And it's a lightly marked broken, I want to say broken blue, but I can't tell. The body's so pink. It has nose marking and eyes. So I don't think that, oh, I thought it had missing leg. No, the leg's there. But that one is little. So she has 8. That's wonderful. That's pretty good for her. She has 8, but I'm guessing that little one, it's not going to make it. It's just too tiny to have the survival skills against these other kits. That's so much bigger. Wow, she bled quite a bit. Let's get some more blood out of there, huh? Now, you might notice I don't have a whole lot of hay in here this time. In case you've missed it, it's summer. And we have already had some days in the 90s. Which is really hot for a rabbit. And so the nest boxes don't need a whole lot of hay. Basically, they just need enough hay to stop the drafts from the pegboard in the bottom, and just to provide a soft landing for them to lay on. Because we don't have to worry about these kits chilling. It's evening time. And I see the queen appears to have had her kits during the day. I can see the fur wiggling. So let's take a look. Now, the queen is not a dilute carrier. I'm fairly certain she was bred to either a blue or broken blue buck. I'll write it down below. But she is not a dilute carrier, as far as I know. There is a slight possibility, but as far as I know, she does not. So there's a very little or no chance of getting blues in this litter. Okay, and there we have one little black. Let's see. And then there's a broken black. This one only has a half nose marking, and it's a little nose marking at that. Look at that. Huh. Oh. And here's number 3. Heavily broken black. Beautiful markings. Full nose marking. Yep, full nose marking. That makes 3. Okay. There's 4. That's black. They're trying to get away. Trying to keep them separated. Alright, and oh, here's another black. That's 3 black and 2 broken so far. Okay, here makes 6. It's a broken black. I can get through all this fur. And it has an even nose marking. So there's 6. Oh, there we go. We got 6. 3 black, 3 broken black. And if I need to, that'll leave two places at the dinner table to move some of Blue Eyes 14 over here. So let's clean a little of this blood out of there. There we go. Alright, good job, the queen. You got 6 babies. Okay, so that's it for Wiggle Watch for today. We got 4 new litters. We have Blue Eye with her 14, Cass with only 2, the queen with 6, and then we had Nelly. Nelly had 8, didn't she? I think so. So we'll come back tomorrow, and hopefully we still have 5 more litters due. So we'll come out tomorrow, and hopefully we have the other 5. Down below, I'm going to leave you some links. One's to my webpage, where you can look for my show schedule, and also the show blog, where it says show results. I'm going to leave a link to my fan page, where I put photos. I'll put photos of my garden there also, if you want to keep up with how the work project's going on the strawberry bed and the new walkways. I'm also going to put in a new raised bed garden. So we're going to do that. So if you want to watch that or keep up with that, be sure to go and like my fan page. Also, a link to my personal Facebook page. That way, if you have any questions about rabbits or interested in some of the rabbits that I have, you can get a hold of me directly through there. So, thanks for watching, and until we speak again, God bless.